Right now at 6, the Valley View Mall reopens to the public.
And J.D. Vance announces plans to speak in Eau Claire the same day as Kamala Harris.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A La Crosse man accused of dealing fentanyl is bound over for trial. Last month, Holman police arrested Antoine King for THC possession and bail jumping. When they brought him to county jail, police found King had stuffed almost half a pound of fentanyl in his pants. King's attorney pleaded not guilty on his behalf to all charges, which now include possession with intent to deliver fentanyl. He is held on a $50,000 cash bond and will be back in court for his pretrial conference on September 20th.
One person is injured after a crash and fire that shut down I-90-94 in Camp Douglas today. Video here showing the distant smoke from the crash that happened just before noon and involved one semi. The accident blocked both westbound lanes of I-90 and one lane of I-90 East near the County Road C exit. One unspecified injury has been reported so far. There still appears to be some traffic congestion, so expect delays if you're driving through the area.
Another inmate has died at the Waupun Correctional Institution. According to the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, the death is being investigated as a suicide. The inmate, who was found around 7:25 this morning, has been identified as 57-year-old Christopher McDonald. He was serving a life sentence for 2 counts of first-degree homicide. McDonald is the 5th inmate to die at the troubled prison since June 2023. Earlier this year, Waupun warden Randall Hepp and 8 others were charged in relation to those deaths.
Well, it's been quiet, cloudy with some light rain up to the north today, but we do have some showers and thunderstorms coming this evening, including some severe ones, and that's why there is a tornado watch out for some portions of the area, mainly along I-90 and further south. Turns into a severe thunderstorm warning, thunderstorm watch as you go into southern Wisconsin. The big thing is going to be hail eventually and then turning into damaging winds along with a few tornadoes, but that hail potential is there. Along with the heavy rain, so we have flash flood watch because we could see some heavy rounds of torrential rainfall through the overnight hours through the areas in shaded green. Overall, you see the activity. We have one little band coming through La Crosse. That's really not the band that's being monitored. It's the one towards west of Mankato, which already has a couple tornado warnings attached to it. That's going to continue to dive southeastward. But overall for the night, if you're on US 8 to Ladysmith, just some light rain that'll continue overnight. La Crosse, we're seeing that little band come through. So the next hour, maybe some light rainfall, maybe a clap of thunder, but not expecting to be severe right now. If we time it out right now, this is probably the faster of the solutions coming through, which could put it through about 8 to 9 at La Crosse. Now later on tonight, this broadcast, I'll kind of break down. There's another type of solution which would be a little bit slower, but still we're watching for the monitoring of tornadoes, potentially gusty damaging winds with that line, and then also some heavy rainfall too. The good news is if you like cooler weather, once we get through tonight, it's going to continue to be more like September-like for about the next week. So that's the good news, but we'll break it all down a bit later.
Sounds very pleasant, and a hearty welcome back to you,
Yeah,
Chris.
good to see you, Greg. Vice President Kamala Harris will have some competition when she speaks in Eau Claire Wednesday. Earlier today, Senator J.D. Vance announced plans to make a campaign stop in the city the same day. The Republican vice presidential nominee will speak at manufacturer NMC Woolard at 1 p.m. Details for the Harris event have yet to be released. The dueling appearances come with the campaigns neck and neck here in the Badger State. According to polling aggregator 538, Harris currently holds a 1.5% lead over Trump in Wisconsin.
Valley View Mall is back open today. The mall announced on Facebook it would reopen at 2 p.m. Now, it has been closed since losing power last Thursday. Management blamed the outage on unspecified maintenance issues. Some business owners who operate inside the shopping center voiced doubts about whether that was actually true. One person involved with the mall told News 8 Now the power had actually been shut off because its owner failed to pay. News 8 Now was unable to verify the claim, but reporting by other media outlets shows a pattern of similar incidents at Cohen-owned malls nationwide. In those cases, power outages often appeared related to unpaid bills.
The 7th Street boat launch facility will close for military training for the week starting tomorrow. The 652nd Multi-Role Bridge Company will conduct fast water bridging operations. Community members are welcome to watch from a safe distance, but for safety are asked to not approach the exercise area and also to not be alarmed if you see more military aircraft in the sky than usual. Vogue Field Combat Readiness Training Center is hosting the annual Northern Lighting exercise from August 7th to the 18th. More than 1,000 personnel and 60 aircraft will participate, so expect increased air traffic across central Wisconsin.
The Owl Center in Houston is celebrating International Owl Awareness Day with an open house. The event is helping bring awareness to the species and educate people on how to best protect them from becoming endangered. People were encouraged to bring donations of non-perishable food items to support the Houston Community Food Shelf. An organizer says the awareness event is helping the community create a safer environment for the owls.
Our goal is to give people tools for things they can do in their life to make an impact and make the world safer for owls.
In addition to the open house, the Owl Center planned other events around Houston, including owl-themed garage sales, beverages, and ice cream.
Oh, owl ice cream.
Yeah.
Different. Consumer markets take a plunge.
Expert opinions as fears of worldwide recessions intensify when we come back.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 20 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rates.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
Improving your home, improving your life with new windows. If you are tired of old windows that don't open or close properly, that are drafty and cold, that are rotting and falling apart, your life can be better. Enjoy comfort, convenience, and peace of mind with new windows. Feel good when your home looks great inside and out. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day. The Board Store, 524 Copeland, La Crosse.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 20 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
A major drop in stock markets worldwide is furthering fears of a recession, but many experts are advising calm. CBS News senior business and tech correspondent Joan Kent looks at what's behind the sell-off and what 401k investors should do.
The closing bell marked another major downturn on Wall Street. The Dow Jones fell more than 1,000 points, and the Nasdaq dropped significantly after investors dumped tech stocks. Many markets overseas also saw big losses. Japan's Nikkei index plunged 12%, its worst day since 1987.
I think there's a generalized concern.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger points to Friday's U.S. jobs report that showed hiring slowed more than expected. And there are signs Americans are spending less.
Put those two together and we say, okay, the economy is slowing down. We don't see a recession today, but the fear is that this could change pretty dramatically.
It's certainly not off the table.
Jonathan Corpina with Meridian Equity Partners says a recession is possible, but he also believes the overall economy remains strong and the market was due for a correction.
I will debate that our market probably moved too far too fast, and it's now pulling back into a range where it actually should be.
And experts say the average person does not need to panic.
If you are a long-term investor, take a deep breath. It is very scary, I get it. But if you're investing for decades in the future, you stay still, you do nothing. You try to maintain your game plan.
Wall Street wants to know the Federal Reserve's game plan. Last week, the central bank left interest rates unchanged in an attempt to bring inflation down further. Analysts now expect a significant rate cut next month to help boost the economy. Jolene Kent, CBS News, New York.
Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to officially announce her running mate tomorrow. She interviewed at least 3 top contenders in person: Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear are also said to still be in the mix. Whoever Harris picks is set to join her on a 7-state battleground tour starting tomorrow. The latest CBS News poll shows Harris is virtually tied with former President Trump in battleground states and within the margin of error nationwide.
Debbie hits the southeast.
A look at the deadly hurricane-turned tropical storm when we come back.
And we do have a stormy night ahead with some severe thunderstorm potential and heavy rainfall, but much quieter for Tuesday, including much more sun too. But that won't change much of the temperatures for the rest of the week. I'll break down the storms and then what the temperatures look like for the remainder of the week. That all coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
I need Allen Dental. Dr. Allen, you're my only hope.
At Allen Dental, we have hope for excessive snoring and disruptive sleep. Come to us for myofunctional therapy and oral sleep appliance.
Our country has taken a beating the last few years, but I know we can turn it around. It'll take a lot of hard work like these athletes put in. We need to get serious about our spending that has caused prices to skyrocket. We need to fix our healthcare and address the shortage of affordable housing. Also, we must close our border, stop the flow of fentanyl, and put Americans first. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. Let's get America winning gold again.
T-Mobile coverage in my area is wonderful.
We have 8 acres, and it gives you peace of mind to know that you're going to have a reliable signal.
We enjoy hiking. We enjoy the outdoors. The coverage has been great.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see condensation here, you could have mold hiding here. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and check for hidden issues. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-point inspection on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for free installation and 60 months interest-free financing. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
Maurice VW has all the latest Volkswagens with new product arriving daily, including the new 2024 Volkswagen SUV lineup, the large and very spacious Atlas and Atlas Crossport, the perfect size family-friendly Volkswagen Tiguan, and the practical, economical Volkswagen Taos. As always, you don't need to travel far to have your Volkswagen serviced. Come in for your test drive today at Maurice Volkswagen.
At Allen Dental, we have hope for excessive snoring and disrupted sleep. Come to us for myofunctional therapy and oral sleep appliance.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Debbie has weakened to a tropical storm after making landfall in Florida's Big Bend coast as a hurricane Monday. At least 4 storm-related deaths have been reported.
The threat now is catastrophic flooding as Debbie slowly moves inland and up through Georgia. CBS's Christian Benavides is in Savannah.
Crews worked to remove downed trees and debris in Monticello, Florida, after Debbie made landfall into Big Bend coast as a Category 1 hurricane.
We're really amazed that the water hadn't came over the seawall again so far. Hopefully, on this next tide that it won't.
Storm surge is expected to be the biggest threat in Florida, with 6 to 10 feet of inundation above ground level predicted in some coastal spots. Rescue boats were out in Sarasota, which has already received 10 to 12 inches of rain. Tragically, a 13-year-old died when the storm toppled a tree onto a mobile home in Levy County. Now a tropical storm, forecasters say Debbie is headed for coastal areas of Georgia and the Carolinas and will slow down dramatically.
We're going to see the center of the system just crawl along the southeast coast of the United States for 2 to 3 days. This is going to result in a prolonged extreme rainfall event.
City officials in Savannah declared a curfew beginning at 10 p.m. It's when the heaviest rainfall is expected.
That's what the purpose for the curfew is, to get folks out of the way of what you've never seen before.
Savannah residents loaded up sandbags, preparing for what officials are calling historic and unprecedented levels of water.
How are you feeling?
I'd rather not be here right now, but what are you going to do?
Melanie Smith got a helping hand from Sean Gardner.
I'm originally from the Bahamas, so we know about storms, really.
With a predicted 30 inches of rain in 3 days, Debbie could pack a prolonged punch. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Savannah, Georgia.
According to PowerOutage.com, more than 300,000 customers remain without power in Florida and Georgia.
Well, it looks like we're going to be experiencing some storms of our own this evening. Let's send it over to Greg on the latest of when we can expect them.
Yeah, we definitely have storms, severe potential, even heavy rain potential for tonight, but it is changing for tomorrow. The good news is once we get through tonight, it's going to be a different story for the rest of the week. So we got the evening storms. Mainly the biggest threat is south of I-90. I'll show you where that tornado watch is again. Flooding potential, that stretches a little bit further north, closer to I-94, to flash flooding. AM clouds tomorrow, but the good news is once we get to about noon tomorrow, we should have more sun, and then especially sun in the afternoon. Temperatures still below average, but it will be quiet and dry. There's a tornado watch right now, mainly south La Crosse, Viroqua, down to Prairie du Chien, over to Decorah. That's the area we're tracking a storm that'll kind of basically dig southeast through this area, and that's where the main threat is, although we could see some severe thunderstorms to the north. Here's this little line that came through just in the last hour. Not a lot of rain associated with that or even thunderstorms. That's not really the main line. Up to the north is a steady band of rain. That'll continue to persist for Eau Claire up to Ladysmith. But here's that line that's beginning to now push east of Mankato. That's the one that should begin to push southeastward, and it could pick up some speed too, but right now there's 2 tornado warnings with that associated line. As we kind of time it out, the kind of 2 scenarios, this is a little bit of a faster one. It's going to push maybe as close to Winona as we get closer to 7:30 p.m. As we get about 8 to 8:30, it then surges past La Crosse. You can see kind of that bend. So initially maybe some hail, but then when it starts getting that little curve into the line, that's more of a damaging wind threat as it comes through. Once this pushes into southwest Wisconsin and pushes east by 10, it's actually fairly quiet for the rest of the night, but still some scattered showers, maybe even a storm all the way through the morning commute with some drying conditions. A slower type of scenario right now, which still could happen, would not get this line really closer to Winona to Eau Claire by about 9 to 9:30, then the severe portion of this would kind of push just south of La Crosse as we get closer to 10:30, but then we could still see some area of showers and thunderstorms with some heavy rain potential through about 11, even midnight across La Crosse up to Eau Claire, even southwest Wisconsin. So it's really not much of a line by this point. It's just kind of an area, and that'll continue overnight with even more storms continuing. So that's where the heavier rain potential could be with this scenario. Then as we go to 3 or 4 in the morning, it kind of quiets down a little bit, but we still could see some showers for the morning commute with clearing skies. Now, rainfall really depends on where we get these training effects of storms. The potential could be up and down, but basically from I-94 to I-90, definitely could see 2 to 3 potential inches of rain with some localized amounts. A little bit less uncertain as you go further south, but there still is that potential to see it. So we've been quite dry, but still the rain could come in quite a rapid rate that could create some flash flooding. Good news is if you don't want some quiet conditions, that's going to happen tomorrow. A morning shower, but otherwise clearing skies for the rest of the day with a northeast wind. Temperatures getting back up to the mid-70s. Maybe a few clouds would go out, but overall it should be a nice day. And really the next system we're tracking beyond this would be another front that'll come through. Probably not until we get late Wednesday into Thursday. You can see the wind change right there. Maybe a shower with that, but the bigger story was going to be the cooler conditions behind that. But tomorrow's temperatures we're looking at really pretty much still below average, but definitely, as you see, more sun than clouds we had today. So mid-70s all the way up to the north. That will continue too. So that's the good news, but we still got to get through this evening. Once we do, then the rest of the forecast is fairly quiet with mid-70s behind that cold front Friday. So it'll feel definitely more like the middle of September going into Friday. Weekend looks quiet. Maybe getting back to more where we should be early next week. So just be aware of all the activity going on, especially as you're further southeast La Crosse through tonight, and have your weather app on. You're ready to go and to stay alert for the severe weather, but quiet after that.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Twins look to make it 5 straight against the hottest team in the NL Central, so not the Brewers. Plus, season's on the line in State Legion baseball action. Could Onalaska keep its season alive? Jacob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
This election is about experience and who can find middle ground with people from both parties to get things done for workers and families. I've done that, and I'll do it again for us in Congress. I'm Katrina Shankland. I approve this ad, and I'm asking for your vote.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Sonesta retractable awnings, brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Hi, my name is Tom, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip number 281. PFAS and nitrates in your water can be serious. If you are worried about impurities like these, call us today at 608-781-8088.
Would you hire a barber who's never cut hair before? So why send someone to Congress who's never held public office and never passed a single bill? I'm Katrina Shankland. I approve this message because we need an experienced congresswoman. Right, Jed?
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, after a loss in extra innings yesterday to Seymour, Onalaska Post 336's backs were against the wall this morning as they need to win out to be coined state champions of Class 2A Legion. Medford standing in the way of the boys from Onalaska. Both teams needing a victory to keep their season alive. Pick this one up, top two. Man on third for Blake Bargender, and he gets one past the Anna third baseman. Post 147 jumps out in front. Same inning, it's Max Dietzman delivering as he rips one that rolls into right field. Visitors double their lead. Jump to the bottom of the fourth now. Caden Kokeisel gets a hold of this one, lifting it out to the alley in left center field. He's trying to fire his guys up, and it must have worked in this inning here. Bases loaded for Brody Mitchell. He does his job, bringing a run in on the fielder's choice. And with 2 outs, it's a big at-bat for Hunter Morrison. He gets a big base knock to even this game back up. Both pitchers doing a fantastic job limiting their opponent's chances. But here, Caden Pierzina gets a little help in the 6th. Man on first, and Carson Carball pops one way up there, and the wind is knocking it down. There's no need to fear. Carter Gilhausen is here. So we go to the 7th. Bases loaded for Tanner Hrabe, and he draws the walk. And that would be the difference. Post 336 gets a runner to second in the bottom half, but cannot score, and their season comes to a close. The other remaining area team at State Legion Baseball, the Viroqua 138ers, will have to wait another day to play their game against Stratford as some rain up in Osseo put a damper on the day's plans. And that one will be played tomorrow at 2. Well, after dispatching the White Sox in each game over the weekend, the Twins will now take on the other team from the Windy City a little past 7 tonight. The Cubs are coming off a series win over St. Louis and have won 4 of their last 5, so a different tune compared to their Chicago counterparts. The Twins will look to extend their win streak to 5 games. And tomorrow marks the first day of practice for 11-man high school football in the Badger State. We'll bring you sights and sounds from numerous teams in the area over the next couple of weeks before the games begin. First day of official games is Thursday, August 22nd, but the bulk will be on Friday the 23rd. So exciting stuff there. But back to baseball for a little bit. You guys had a fun Saturday. Talk to me about what we have in the back of the monitor here.
We had the privilege of playing with the Miracle League, and we had 2 age groups to play with.
Yep, some children for an hour and then some adults for a second hour.
That's me running, and that's Ken. Like, what are you doing? Why are you passing this girl up who's on your team?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Doesn't know how to run the bases properly.
Too fast.
But I did hit the ball.
You did hit the ball.
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
You hit the ball too. Yeah, it was a lot of fun time. I forgot how much I loved playing it.
Oh, I know. Thanks, Jacob.
Okay, we'll have another look at your forecast right after this.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Founded on hard work, dedication, respect, and integrity, we at Maxwell White understand the importance of home comfort. Maxwell White strives to provide our customers with a positive experience every time. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Tell me about the day that you first found out about Nolan's birth defects.
Everything was normal up until my 20-week ultrasound. I learned my baby would not survive. I did not have the choice to do what was right for me and my family. To think that there's a possibility of a national abortion ban scares me to death.
Derek Van Orden and his extreme positions around reproductive freedoms are why I'm running for Congress. I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Blaine's Bucks event. Now through August 11th, rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store. Redeemable just like cash August 15th through the 28th. Start earning today on Blaine's utility batteries. $4 off for rewards members. $5 off assorted Blaine's brand naturals, grain-free, or specialty dog food. Plus, get a free $5 gift card with every $50 pet purchase. Start earning Blaine's Bucks now to spend later at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Maxwell White celebrates servicing the La Crosse Coulee region for 30 years. Much has changed, but not our commitment to you. Providing local, honest, and quality plumbing repairs and solutions. That's Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
All right, don't forget severe potential probably between about 8 to 11 tonight, so something to keep an aware of if you're in the area too.
All right, have that app handy, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.